Hey guys, I Saw Bear here, and this week I'll be bringing you the update 0.020 for the game, Foxhole. This week comes a big shakeup in the way we'll be playing and winning Foxhole. The two newest features are new victory conditions and town halls. These go hand in hand. Let's start off by explaining how you can achieve victory in Foxhole from now on. To achieve victory on a map at Foxhole, you will now have to capture all marked towns on a map. You will no longer have to rely on destroying all the enemy outposts on the map. You simply have to capture all the marked towns. But Bear, you ask, which towns are counted as marked towns? All significant towns and settlements will be marked on the map, and at these towns you will find the Town Hall. The Town Hall is a unique structure. They will now serve to replace outposts as the main capture point in the game. Much like bridges, town halls are neutral structures. At the start of a war, they will all be destroyed, and your team has the task of rebuilding them. Once your team captures them, they can be destroyed by the enemies, so you will have to guard them. And much like the outpost, they function the same way. You can use them for storage and set them as spawn points. This will add some much needed focus to the objective of achieving victory. From now on, you won't need to assault the very fringes of the map just to destroy that last enemy outpost. And let's be honest, it makes a whole lot more sense. Speaking of outposts, now that they are less important to the victory conditions, there have been several changes towards them. Outposts no longer have transfer restrictions when unclaimed by coalitions. Outposts no longer have build limits, and outposts now take damage from friendly fire. They also now cost 400 instead of 650 mats to build. They also only start off with 10 soldier supplies instead of the previous 25. Another new gameplay change is that campsites are no longer buildable anymore. Sorry guys, no more tent cities, but let's be honest, they weren't really being used to their utmost effectiveness, and they were just really cluttering the area with too many buildings and wasting too many resources anyhow. Another interesting feature for you scavengers out there is that empty soldier backpacks will now despawn immediately. You'll still find plenty of backpacks with nothing but a pistol and a hammer inside, but from now on you won't be finding empty backpacks all over the battlefield. The vehicle factory and oil refinery have been moved from Lochensberth to Whitechapel. This gives players more of an incentive to actually set up at Whitechapel. Before it was just kind of out of the way and no one really fought over it. But now with the vehicle incentive, this will be a much more hotly contested area. A few other changes include, player profiles are now synced across all Foxhole servers. This will give more consistency and is likely a preparation for when player customization comes into effect. The game now supports 3 language channels, English, Russian, and Korean. And graphical settings in the menu can now be further customized. There were also some upgrades to adapt to Unreal 4.14. There were some bug fixes along with this update, but I'll leave those in the patch notes in the description below. Lastly, the devs had another stream this week. They talked about some future updates and how the game is progressing. If you're the kind of player who's been having his ass handed to him by half-tracks repeatedly over the last few weeks, you'll be happy to know that a rocket launcher is the next weapon that'll be featured in Foxhole. I'm not sure when this will be implemented, but I assume it's pretty soon since the 3D models are all complete. They look pretty crisp. The devs also talked about some concept art they had for the next turret. It seems that it's going to be an anti-vehicle turret or an AT gun of some sort. This is still in the concept stages for now, but once more vehicles start getting added in, like tanks and whatnot, it's sure to come in real handy for base defenses. One other note I would like to add. Last week's Weekly War saw all the servers fill up faster and with more players than we've ever seen before. The devs addressed this on their stream, and they are aware that servers will need expansions. We don't know how and when this will take effect, but rest assured the devs are working on it. That about does it for the week. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more Foxhole updates in the future. And as always, good luck, keep your heads down, and stay in your foxholes. Bear out.